when a trainer who break the self-identity, discipline, and no doubt in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, and the precept, which can purify this very body of his word, of his body conduct. This kind of personality, we call that get rid of three feather. F-E feather. So his life quality just match into the first step of purification, overcome the three lower being. The qualities of three lower being, it just not have any connection to the Dharma enlightenment. So who enlightened to the Dharma, then his life quality definitely overcome the three lower ring. That is a world all about in this pattern. We call it the samsara of three lower ring. I don't want to mention too much about the three lower rim, but I want to mention about when someone who enlightened, what kind of quality of the life and how he see this world differently. And when who is not enlightened of the Dharma, he is very confused of the world. He only see the quantity, he don't see the quality. And when someone who enlightened in the Dharma, then he's checking the quality, not the quantity. The quantity have no meaning at all. It is numberless, no meaning at all. But the quality have quite concern and important in the very life who want to act properly. Go to two very important action. One is self-benefit, the action for self-benefit. The second one is action to share the benefit to others. Or act both in this very life coming when he enlightened to the Dhamma. In the sutra say that he made an example. It's like someone who escaped from the burning house, come to the fields, open field. So he like, the mind can have no more worry, no more busy. And no more burning. The only thing is how to make the Dharma, what he see, come to this very life. So the Buddha mentioned is, he need to take care of his body and mind to purify the greed, the hatred, and ignorance. This big flow, like a waterfall flow. So the living beings, you can see, they follow this very strong, great waterfall. So the desire realm, the existent realm, and the ignorant realm carry on. So they're very busy, burning, and hurry up to make for what? Make for the desire burning right now and here with this body and mind, and look for next destination. We call that existence, which can inherit this very life. This is my son, my family, this is my business, this is my nation. We just have some existence to replace this very life. So we work for that, very busy. Concern, burning, a lot of worry. So this is called existence in the future. And then the coming is ignorance, really doubt. So the whole life when they act in that, because they can involve into the lower realm activity. He don't know what is heaven realm. He don't know what is human realm quality. He don't recognize that, how to work for it. So he just there, very chaos, working there. So who see the Dhamma is very different. He only check for the quality, applying this self-benefit and benefit to others by checking the quality. He don't match to the quality, advance their quality. He don't see the big world like that chaos. He just see that, this is the world that have for all this samsara. And then in the samsara, they have someone who already escaped. You know, what is that mean about? That means the Dharma body. The Dharma body have 5 faculties. Precept, meditation, wisdom, deliverance, or release, then the knowledge of release. This is called 5 Dhamma body. So he checked these 5 parts into all different body and mind, check which one they have. Need to give more advice, sharing more skill to them so that they can advance it and check which one is quality better than me. You are. This part I don't have. Very alert. How to apply this. So he is very open-minded to make friends with the good quality. He wouldn't say that, you better than me, I jealous, I fight, I want to distance from you. Make that kind of an enemy. His mind is not like that anymore. His mind is checking for every resources to advance his very life. Contemplate everything that in the Dhamma, how to make this life deliverance. His PC is very different. This PC is, I call that, is PC for purification. not busy into gratification. He see the danger. When someone see the Dhamma, he see the danger. When someone who really see the danger, he is working for the release. No such moment he don't work for the release. This is the difference. We call that right effort. Or another word is called heedfulness. So that life for him is for virtue, work for the virtue, work for right. What is right and wrong? In the middle path, the middle path is the noble eightfold path. So work for this path very carefully. Check, ask your friend, noble friend, remind me, check me. Something not wrong, say sorry, repent, in order not keep in the darkness. Then he can straightforward, his right, very straightforward to release. Life is very straightforward only to enlighten the Dhamma, otherwise he will have a lot of excuse. Believe me, life has a lot of excuse until the last moment he is still, hey Sifu, I will meet you. I hope that I can meet you in next life. Did you heard that? I heard a lot. When the last moment the disciple lying down in the bed there, when we what we call that, hospice them, yeah, and want to keep advice him, he said, I will meet you in the future. Oh no. He sees the samsara is very small samsara. No. When you see your eye, your ear, all these senses connected, then you see that the universal is uncounted. The empty space is uncounted. The timing is uncounted. Only the quality will pull you like a magnet. You know magnet? Oh.
Magnet. Oh, magnet.
A magnet. Thank you. Correct me all the time my English so that I can speak properly. Yeah. Quality is like that. So he will pull you to your own destination. You need to have it. If you don't have it, that you want to meet the seafood there, the seafood is not low quality. So I hope to meet my seafood there. Then I need to work hard for the quality, match to seafood, in order that being pulled come to into this group. Like scientists to good group, mathematics to the group, a musician to the group, engineer to the group. Yeah, they have the similar thing of communication. This is what, when the Dhamma eye watching back to this chaos world, we see the road, we see the level in different standard. He see the quality in different better. So for him, overcome all the doubt in the darkness, like someone take the lamp, walking in the dark. So what can he do in the next? For someone who see the Dhamma. When I come back from the Thailand back to Malaysia, so work really hard, to put myself in the second time of life, come to education. Read a lot of books, resources, try to cover the knowledge I need. Then I found the Chinese Buddhism talk about Vanya Paramita, talk about emptiness of perfection. So I only learn impermanent no self, not much about emptiness and perfection. What is this talking about? And we were talking about 6 paramita, 10 paramita, later on. So the word paramita in Pali word, I already know when I was in Thailand, but just have not much, feeling into his own, advanced saying. Not much knowing that until check more information. That is connected to emptiness. And right now, when I want to say emptiness, emptiness is no pattern of the life. You see, a lot of people have a lot of pattern in his, what we call their personality. Yeah, in the religious, do you see some religious, they don't take bath, they don't cut nail, they don't cut hair, they don't eat certain thing. Large of pattern. Even though in the daily life too, when 2 people come together, then you can see, when they stay together, no harmony because of the pattern. Yeah, pattern of thinking, pattern of speaking, pattern of eating, pattern of this and that. Lord, you can need no easy go harmony. Why not easy go harmony? The first thing is he concerned about himself, not concerned about serving others. If someone is always talking about and his mind is always get ready to serving others, I think no problem at all. Very wise to we call that Panya Paramita, means very wise to serve others. They have no problem at all. What is a servant means? Generosity. So that all the quality of life mentioned: generosity, renunciate, precept, wise or wisdom, patient, diligent, and determined, truthfulness, not sympathy, empathy, and then equanimity. All this is talking in the teachings of perfection. I think when we see about life, we need to work for perfection of quality. This is what I know, so deep and advanced of the teaching of religions. Not only to talk about Buddhism, I said teaching of religious and spiritual life. That is what all about. If you say that all religions is different from that, what is the difference? Because religions work for peace, work for higher advance to this quality of life. It makes sense because the other field may not work like that. Then you have your own standing point. So I independent, call myself so and so name. I don't see other fields of professional training is look for that kind of so clear. We are not like that. We are like this. Talking about what is this? We need to make sure that we get from this stone, purify. Take out the stone, wash again. And then later on put it into fire, burn again, melt again. This is 100% or 99.5% of gold. Lots of processing. So enlightened one is for himself to processing, match to the Dharma. This all about. When to start? Who already see the Dhamma, who see the condition. Condition means Nidana. Who see the Dhamma, who see the condition. I mentioned about yesterday, the only no change is changing. Changing is danger. You may not get the second chance. Come to long, long coming. You see, compared to, I just get a little bit about the world to say an example of hardworking or diligent in right path. China in 40 years ago, when I was 20, you can imagine how it looked like. In 1995, when I come into China, and their society in Xiamen, where I can see, and then I go to Suzhou, and go to Beijing, Shanghai. You don't know what it means. It means like Pittsburgh, the old factories of the steel. That's what kind of society. Polluted, chaos, poverty, hunger. But very hardworking. I want to make better life. 40 years, right now they say that, oh, they're challenging us, United States. In these 40 years, at least 30 years I'm here, what I see, the country leader just have more babysit to our people. I don't know what I'm saying is right or wrong, but I use the word babysit to our people. And the one more thing is fulfill their gratification. Until today, what kind of that 大麻叫什么呢？大麻。Yeah. They're already illegal, isn't it? They're already legal, isn't it? Our country is always challenging to make the first step to show modernize. We can change. I don't know good or bad. I don't want to say that. I just said that here is we're digging a larger hole in the flat land. So every step you may drop into. If the quality of discipline start from discipline, it just not work that way as cause and effect to bring happiness. So the second step in Buddhism that other than generosity, we need to use discipline to purify generosity. I don't know if it makes sense or not. If you're wise enough to see the danger, it makes sense. So they have a lot of, urgent and what we call that, need to work hard for it. This is a mission. Don't you see this? How to make connection to that leader, to the society, and bring the word there. Be arrogant. I think Western world have very arrogant of talking. He need to talk right. And not let this country burn anymore. That is called self-purification or self-benefit and benefit to others with the parliament. Buddhism is not difficult to understand. Once this morning what I said, this is after you are in the fire and you escape from there. What you have, free. And then what you know about the Dhamma body of fire. And what in the mission? Perfection in emptiness. Everything is possible. That is called emptiness. No boundary at all. And no for certain people. It's no for every contact. I don't miss it. So the Buddha his life is like a hero, but not like what we call that, Napoleon or Alexander in the old days, not like that hero of fight. He is a hero of protection. Rarely use the perfection of quality to protect life. So he worked very hard like Alexander, Napoleon. Napoleon. Yeah. Worked very hard to bring people into Harvard with the Dharma to get the leads. So sometimes I really enjoy. Don't think that other beings that cannot know what you are saying. You know, all beings they can check by contact. Sometimes it's no need the word. When the Sata, the Paul heard the sight. Do you know what I mean? His reaction is try to, I know you, and they give back you comfort, to show friendliness. Not too difficult. Living being to living being, not too difficult. The very difficult is no mindful or forgetful. Like some of my students who take the precept from me as a disciple of the Buddha. And then once he have more and more fortune come in, then he just work elsewhere. Very dangerous. You know how dangerous it is. Just take the no killing as an example. People want to eat things that he is under control, healthy food. So we create a lot of things, work for his farm chicken, work for his farm fish, work for his farm animal, so that he will create some, healthy meat for his nutrition, like that. So that healthy will be using killing. I say that when you kill the animal, sometimes animal know it. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes they know it. Sometimes they anger before they pass away. Sometimes they fear before they pass away. They have lots of mindset come. If they are anger before they pass away, that connection in the future is very bad. Don't we say that, oh, this is a big world, we will not meet in the future. Don't say that. In the samsara, every contact is possible. That is what I want to say. Working for the perfection need to start from the perfection of mindfulness training in order that life not forgetful. In right now here. Thank you.